What's going on, fam? We back on here with the Jew Man, and today we're going to be talking about the Giants facing the Packers in London, 9:30 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. We're going to go over the preview, but before we do that, make sure if you haven't subscribe down below, man. Road to 100 is still active. We are halfway there. Let's dive straight into that, and then let's make sure we're liking up the content as well. Trying to make sure this content gets pushed out everywhere so the Jew gets global. But we're going to dive straight into the preview. Let's get straight into it. So my what to watch for, man. So obviously looking at the Packers side, Aaron Rodgers, he's the best player on their team and easily the best quarterback we have faced yet. We faced guys like Ryan Tannehill, Justin Fields, Cooper Rush, and Baker Mayfield, which they're not even close to Aaron Rodgers' caliber. So for sure, we need to watch out for Aaron Rodgers. Of course, he's going to get his at the end of the day. But I kind of want to see like how we're going to function in terms of bend, don't break. We have one of the top defenses in terms of keeping them out of the end zone once they reach the red zone. So we need to make sure that we're leaving up to that, of course. And it's going to be a little tough because Azeez Ojulari is listed out. One of our best pass rushers is not going to be there. We need to make sure that we're getting to Aaron Rodgers and trying to make him flustered. Games are winnable. That's why you play the games, man. And when you look at some of the games that he was able to do, like prime example, week 1 of last year against the Saints didn't turn out to be a good team, and he just got spooked by them. And then this week 1, of course, they got smashed by the Vikings. And the Vikings are a good team, but are they really that much better than the Packers? We can see. Scheme it up, of course, and we want to see if we can really lock down Aaron Rodgers. And then one of their best lockdown corners is going to be Jaire Alexander, one of the highest paid corners when he got that contract. And we already don't have too many receivers to throw to begin with. So the biggest thing I want to see from Daniel Jones is just not throwing it his way, to be honest. We cannot turn the ball over and give this defense some opportunities, so we need to look out for that. And then Aaron Jones on the Packers side, man, he's a good running back in terms of rushing and receiving. He does it all, and he's really what keeps them going. Our defense doesn't really stop the run as much, so we need to make sure that we're locking him down, of course, and making sure that, you know, we don't let him kill us in the game plan. We need to make sure that Aaron Jones does not go off against us. That's the biggest thing. They have a two-headed monster with him and A.J. Dillon, and we need to see if we can really lock them down. And going on our side, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Saquon Barkley, you know, he's a guy that we need to make sure that he's getting that rock, and we need to make sure that he's getting it all game, because the Packers defense, if there's one thing they're susceptible to, if there's one thing they're open to, is letting them run the ball, because 3 out of the 4 weeks they let up over 100 rushing yards due to the team, and we're one of the best rushing offenses, so I expect that to continue. So please watch out for Saquon Barkley. And then Adoree Jackson, of course, man. Adoree Jackson, I don't think he gave up more catches recently than the first couple weeks, but at the same time, it's still not an alarming rate. Nobody's really killed us in the past game. Obviously Aaron Rodgers is a different type of guy, so I really need our quarterback one to step up and see if they can lock down some of those receivers. Maybe a guy like Allen Lazard, even though he's a big body, or maybe he'll line up on the rookie Romeo Doubs. It's a good little matchup to see. I'm just trying to see what Adoree Jackson's gonna line up on and who's gonna line up on. And then Kayvon Thibodeaux, man, he is the X factor on this defense. We need to see if he can get his first sack in London, man. It's gonna be a tall task against some of their good offensive tackles. David Bakhtiari is back, so I just want to see if he's gonna be disruptive. Last week you saw a lot more out of him than the week prior. I think his pitch count is getting less and less, so I just want to see if he's able to stand up to that and if he's able to get his first sack. And now it's going to be my who to watch for, man. Wan'Dale Robinson, where have you been, my man? He was there in week 1. He got hurt, and then we kind of haven't seen him since. We literally haven't seen him since. And he was practicing and ramping up to playing, so I'm not 100% sure if he's going to play in London, but if he will, man, that's going to be someone to look out for, because this offensive wide receiver room is just buns right now, bro. We got people from the practice squad being our starting wide receivers. Richie James, shout out to him. He's playing actually decent, but David Sills is up there. We don't have a marquee name. Kenny Golladay is out, if you didn't know, and Kadarius Toney was already ruled out as well, man. So it's alarming. It's alarming what this room looks like, and obviously the passer of the football is going to be the number one thing as well. Daniel Jones, man, he did hurt his ankle in Chicago, or he did hurt his ankle when we played Chicago, so it's trying to see if Daniel Jones is going to be able to play. It looks like he's trending in that direction, because as of now, we haven't signed any quarterback, so that's a good sign. But, man, we just need to make sure that he's in the game, because without him, we are going to be abysmal, man. If y'all want to know what that looks like, go back to last year when he was hurt in the last couple games. Look at the quarterback playing the last 4 games. we want Daniel Jones in there. I understand that some people aren't big fans of Daniel Jones, but at the end of the day, he gives us the best chance to win. So be sure to look out on Daniel Jones, and I hope he has a good game overall. Obviously, like I said, running the ball should be our #1 focus, but guess what? He's our second best runner on the team. Hopefully he can keep hitting our tight ends. Of course, our tight ends look to be one of the best receivers on the team, Daniel Bellinger and Tanner Hudson, and get Saquon involved in the passing game. Saquon is going to be the #1 reason why we need to win, but Daniel Jones needs to be a strong #2 in order for us to take this victory in London. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the road to victory. Xavier McKinney, man. Xavier McKinney, you see what he does week in and week out. He tends to lock up on like one of their best options on the other side of the ball in terms of whether it's spying somebody, lining up on a running back, lining up on a tight end. He's all over the place, man. He's super versatile, and I love to see that. I want to see who he's going to line up against. I'm not sure if he's going to be lining up against Aaron Jones to try to take him away, kind of like how he did to Christian McCaffrey. I'm not 100% sure how they're going to use him, but I want to see where he's going to be used, and I just am confident on wherever he plays in this defense, man, he's going to feast. So I'm looking out for that. Xavier McKinney, y'all need to ball out if we're trying to win this game. And Saquon Barkley, man, you're the #1 leader in terms of rushing and yards so far, so I want to see that keep up as well. Going against one of the teams that they got ran all over when it comes to the Patriots, the Bears, you know, a couple teams, the Vikings, of course. They ran all over them. So I want to see Saquon Barkley continue to do what he's been doing and do the same thing. And I think if we have the ball for a lot longer than them, obviously time of possession, I think we're able to keep the ball churning and just run down the field on them. I think that gives us the best chance to win. And I like our odds, honestly. I do like our odds. We are extreme underdogs when it comes to this game, but we need Xavier McKinney and Saquon Barkley to ball out. And if they do ball out, that gives us a really good chance to be able to steal this win in London. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this preview, man. If I was to give a score prediction, I'm going to say 27-17 Packers, man. This is probably one of the only predictions that I did say that we were not going to win. I picked us winning every single game, not in the predictions, of course, but I did pick us picking every single game when it came to these previews. This time, man, I'm not going to lie. Aaron Rodgers has won back-to-back MVPs for a reason, so I'm not going to escape that out, and I'm not going to just throw that to the side and act like that doesn't matter. Easily the best quarterback that we played yet, and, you know, this might be a true test for us. But I will say I can see the ball going in our favor, of course. When it comes to our running game and their rushing defense, they don't really stop the run, but I will say they kind of get after the passer. I think our offensive line will do a good job this game, but it's just big on, is Daniel Jones going to be completely healthy where we can utilize him and keep the pressure off of Saquon a little bit, because at the end of the day, we can't hand it off 4 times in a row. And this wide receiving core, man, this is just the biggest weakness on our team, and I think it might really poke its head out when it comes to this Packers. We were able to hide it when it came to other games, but when it comes against the Packers, bro, when you got the other guy putting up points and he's able to go down the field and score a lot of points, it might be tough for us. So this might be our real true test. I hope the Giants can pull it out, of course, because we got way better coaching than before, but it's going to be interesting. But if I was a betting man, I'm going to say the Packers win it 27-17. So before we dip out of here, make sure you're liking up the content, of course, and subscribing down below. Road to 100 is still active, man. And I also have more videos to my left right here. Make sure you're staying tuned for the post-game video after Sunday, and I'll catch you guys in the next vid. Peace. Giants are undefeated, man. The Giants are undefeated. Clap it up. Clap it up. Yes, sir. When it comes to the most valuable player to the team, most valuable player on the best team. I think this team is in good hands, and if we are healthy, the whole East needs to be on a lookout.